you wanna give? How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver, I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flex. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get it off my chest, though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, you don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things come at a cost. I left it on your head, and when you ever overstay it, your thoughts are never everything you wanted when you want. I'ma take it in the head with the signs of a distort. I'ma leave it on the side. You wanna Christ when the breath on this set. Let me speak on behalf of the dead. I'ma leave, I'ma speak, I'm the sick in the head. Come on, come on. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get it off my chest, though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boys than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boys than a Shawshank. I don't wear ball mains. All I ever do is ball main. I am not a rapper, they all lame. I am not dope, I'm hard. Wait, I can power up and level up at any moment. Spitting like a semi, only give me semicolon. Couple zeros like I'm sending yell nets. Every flow is unmatched, and I better get set in. Finish 'em. Mess around with me and I diminish them all. Even if I ever did the minimum, all. In the end result, I'm better killing them all. Rogue One, but I got a team with me. Batman when I got a team with me. I get mean, I get green. Show the whole game what's never been seen. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank.
Designer sneakers hurt my feet now. Every beat is getting beat down. Couldn't eat, well, watch I eat now. Like, how you getting paid to freestyle?
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to And, Coach, we... Come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium. here in Cleveland, Ohio. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Cleveland Browns. This is fielded at the goal line. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Here we go. I'm coming after you.
This is Jerick McKinnon, who missed the entire 2018 campaign. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Garoppolo finding Goodwin, and he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 15 for the Niners there and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw is Garoppolo. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Garoppolo. He finds McKinnon, complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 47. Garoppolo looks to throw once more, eluding the pressure right. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. The #1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Garoppolo looks to throw. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 51 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Personally, for him, a great opening drive. He had 3 catches, including the touchdown.
That felt like tremendous scouting, great film watching, and creating a game plan to start this off, not only to get him involved, but to send a message to the defense. You have a lot to handle in this one.
So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing, Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now the 3rd leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. They're going to run the jet sweep on 3rd down. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Point it right.
To throw, Mayfield. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because...
Intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Here we go.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Hooked up by Demarius Randall, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Following the interception, Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man, maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Mayfield. His throw incomplete. Demetrius Harris, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. You got a young quarterback, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jason Verrett, he'll get the sack as he provides the heat off the corner. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. They're indeed going. It's Mayfield. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2nd down, McKinnon. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Flush to his right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. Steps away to his left. Oh, going deep. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. On fourth down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, fourth down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Jason Verrett, and he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. From their own 2, Charles, they opted to throw it instead of run it. We saw the outcome.
And I think what a lot of teams count on is defenses to stack the line of scrimmage, trying to force a safety or force a turnover there. But if you've got a good defensive front, you just allow them to play the run, and everyone else stays ready, and they were, and they picked that one off. Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
And a decent little gain puts him in a pretty good spot for second down. Now he'll pull it down. 49er fans likely holding their breath watching Garoppolo scramble, but that time it pays off. He's in one piece, and he's got the first down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jimmy Garoppolo with his second touchdown pass of this first half. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Escaping the pressure right. And he's fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
It's funny to me because we actually keep a football in the booth with us during games. And I notice you cradling the football. You got it tucked
as
pretty
we
tight
speak.
With the points of pressure here. And that didn't occur on that play, did it?
Now, you saying I wouldn't have fumbled if I was
you
down
would
there?
not have fumbled. You got that thing locked in tight.
I also have really large biceps. And now look at him go. He's at the 30, 10, 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. The kick return touchdown goes for 97 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Boy, they're down only 1 score, still first half, but they're going to line up for the onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the 4th.
No, not at all. And they're trying to get something going after one there. But you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
Intercepted by the Pro Bowl quarterback Denzel Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
It's a foot race. He's at the 50, 30, 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, 91 yards, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Well, from back on, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them to do that? What
maybe
was that?
they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
49ers coming back out here on offense. We mentioned their 8-0 start to the season. They actually broke an 8-game losing streak to the Cardinals when they defeated them.
8-game losing streak?
Yeah, they lost the Cardinals 8 straight times.
That's 4 seasons worth.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then a 28-25 victory this past week snapped that. But it was also the first game this year that the Niners have actually thrown it more times than they ran the football, CD.
And that is something that I think people are starting to come to grips with about San Francisco, because you think about their head coach, Kyle Shanahan, and his reputation as an offensive wizard. And whenever we hear that, what's the first thing we think? Throwing the football. He's always been a run-based guy, and he wants that running game finely tuned because it travels late in the season and it travels through the playoffs. And that's what leads San Francisco. They had to go the other way against Arizona in order to secure the win.
Well, if the Niners have it their way, the only travel they'll be doing in the playoffs will be to Miami, because as it stands right now at 8-0, they would play at home until that point.
And why Miami?
Super Bowl.
There you go.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Go ahead.
Into the hands of Pettis. It's a jet sweep. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Go.
Into the hands of Pettis. It's a jet sweep. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. They'll run it with Coleman. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Kyle Shanahan, an offensive mind, but his guys stopped up short. And this Browns defense stands tall. The Browns drive about to get started.
Here we go.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
It's Landry now on the end around. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Ricky.
Running the jet sweep, Landry. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder, coming up at halftime, while the two of us head for warmer areas of the press box, we'll be sending you to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
These two offenses have gone up and down the field so far in the first half. Finally, I say, here's a stop on third down.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. On 4th down, they snap it to Mayfield. He'll get that to DeValve, the tight end. But he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. So shall we say a bold decision to go for it, and that bold decision does not pay off.
And when you talk about bold, you're saying all caps?
All caps.
Yeah, without a doubt. Maybe they're telling their defense they have a lot of faith in them. I mean, that's how you have to spin it, is that you tell your defense, you know something? We were able to go for it there because you guys are so good. I'm not worried about things. That's the only explanation I can come up with in this situation.
Because you know he's going to be there.
He's going to have to spin it for his own locker room, frankly.
From the 36, Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. Kittle last year, what a season. 1,377 receiving yards, an NFL record for tight ends en route to his first Pro Bowl. Not bad for the former 5th-round pick. Now a loose football. Coleman lost it. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
You know I love football. You know I love the game.
I hope so.
But nighttime in December, you know I'm wearing multiple coats. So I just wonder about the guys on the field with all the great gear that they have. Do they have enough on or do they have too much on? Because sometimes...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quan Alexander, his second sack of the night.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. He finds an opening past the 40. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Unable to corral him. He fights through. The 20. 34 yards there and a first down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that. The nickel look, 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. On first down, they go right back to Hunt. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. So nothing separating these two teams as we head to the break all square. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The lake effect snow set to continue for the second half of action as we are back underway. This will be fielded at the 8. Shedding the tackle. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin that.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Well, with that incompletion, let's tap into the useless facts file, shall we? 3 guys with the last name Allen got the start in Week 9. Josh in Buffalo, Kyle in Carolina, Brandon in Denver. All 3 got the win. And, Charles, that's the first time in league history that 3 QBs sharing the last name won on the same weekend.
How about that? And I think for Brandon Allen, his first start as well, so not bad. Now, throw in the guys who have the same last name and their starts. Let's go to 2000. The Johnsons, Brad, Doug, and Rob. And in 19...
Touchdown, 49ers! Marquise Goodwin, 54 yards. And the 49ers have now taken the lead.
And when you're thinking about your opening drive in the third quarter, you're thinking about exactly that, putting together a drive. But instead, what did we get?
Big pass downfield, touchdown. I thought, okay, I'm just sitting back in my chair. Let's get eased in, a couple runs. No, boom.
Yeah, forget the body blows, folks. Let's throw the big shot right now.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. Now Mayfield. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
You better talk to your boy. You better talk to your boy. I'm going to protect you.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Mayfield to throw it. It's caught by OBJ. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think in clement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Well, he can be a load to handle off the edge, and he can do it against the pass. Sure, he can do it against the run like he did there.
And you mentioned a load. How about having to adjust to his speed as well? Because not only does he bring some pop, he brings some dash as well.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Jason Verrett. Well, Charles, let's take a quick peek back to Week 9. We saw the first win for the Dolphins, first loss for the Patriots. So what we're left with is one 8-0 team, the 49ers, and one 0-8 team in the Bengals. So what happens first, a Bengals win or a 49ers loss?
Ooh. Very intriguing question, isn't it? And you really don't like this race because the Bengals are hoping to actually get a win and get off the schneid. But look, Cincinnati, they got Baltimore, at Oakland, Pittsburgh, and the Jets. San Francisco gets Seattle, Arizona, Green Bay, at Baltimore. I'm going to go that San Francisco loses a game before Cincinnati wins one.
I agree. That's a tough stretch coming up for San Francisco.
And the funny part is Arizona just played them tough last Thursday night. They got them again. They're the type of team that can...
It's caught at the 10. A big play there for the Niners. 52 yards. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. And this is Selleck here with a grab. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Here we go.
And partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more...
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. Here the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
And he will get into the end zone again, and he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play.
He's got a man complete. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play that time for Cleveland. 56 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Here's Mayfield. It's caught. Beckham. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. From 21 yards away, as his guys are back within a single score.
Brandon, what we just saw there were 2 guys who were in sync. The person delivering the ball, but especially the person running the route. Tremendous job. It results in a terrific play.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
53's the mark. 53. Check 53. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Well, remember, Tevin Coleman was in the 2-headed backfield in Atlanta during his 4 years there, along with Devontae Freeman. Now he joins a crowded backfield in San Francisco. But in Atlanta, he played under offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan, and then, of course, Shanahan becomes the 49er head coach, and he made it a point to go out and snag his former running back because he really likes his 26-year-old ball carrier. Eluding the pressure right. He'll run it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too.
Here we go.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen...
And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl quarterback Denzel Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error. All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the 1st down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. So he wanted to pass it, but that thing turned out much better.
And the crowd really responded, didn't they? They always like it better when the quarterback is scrambling around, actually takes off and runs downfield, and that's exactly what he did.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. Baker Mayfield, as a rookie, 3 times he led the Browns back to victory in the 4th quarter. What can he do here in year number 2? Buying time to his left. Taking it in from 4 yards out. As they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. The quarterback run has eaten him up all game long, and there he goes again, this time into the end zone.
And what I like about what I'm seeing, absolutely running almost with impunity. He's not worried about his body. He's not worried about sliding. He's not worried about protecting himself. He's worried about getting yardage. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got to start figuring out what these blocking schemes are and finding ways to defeat them.
And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Joseph now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they do the interception and finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11.
I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you.
On 1st down, Garoppolo being chased out left. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. And that gives gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And now it's second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Mayfield dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this with both of these guys running the ball well?
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Mayfield down. Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 41-yard line.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Big time drive. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
From the 35 on second down, Mayfield forced out to his left. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 17-yard line. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here, eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Mayfield, and that is incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a 1-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the 49ers are going to get the football back.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, and it's 3rd down. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
And this is caught at the 20. And he takes this way down, deep into Cleveland territory.
Let's go. Here we go. Ready?
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen?